welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy! And in today's video, I'm bringing to you confessions from the closet. Yes, that's right. Confessions from the closet. Your confessions from the closet. This was actually one of my subscribers' ideas for a video. I asked you guys a while back what you wanted to see more of, and one of you guys suggested a confessions from the closet series, which I think is a really good idea. You guys can anonymously tell me and everyone else how you are feeling before you come out, which is great because I think that's what a lot of people seek. A lot of people seek thoughts and feelings you may have had before you come out, if you do. So awesome, thank you very much for that idea. If you did miss out, then rest assured I will be doing a part 2 to this one because I received so many in the first batch anyway. And while I would love to be that person and film all of these from my closet because, like, you know, confessions from the closet, let's just pretend we are in the closet right now because the lighting in there would just be poor. So sorry. But yeah, without further ado, let's head on into confessions from the closet. This person said, "Hey Dutchy, I'm kind of struggling with myself about my sexuality. I think I'm bisexual, but I don't know. I'm very confused and don't know how to know for sure. I've never been with a girl. I do have a boyfriend who I love, but I'm having these dreams and thoughts about girls and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if I'm just curious or if this means something. I'm just kind of hoping for some help or clarity from someone. Thanks." Well, this is the exact same position that I was in, so I understand how you're feeling. It was super duper hard, and I feel made it even more confusing because I was with someone at the time. So I was like, why would my body or why would my mind be thinking, hey, I like someone else or I'm wanting to explore another side to my sexuality when I'm perfectly happy in a loving, long-term committed relationship? First of all, the fact that you pointed out you'd never done anything with a girl doesn't extinguish the fact that you could be bisexual. It doesn't make you any less valid. If you do in fact realize your bisexuality, you can realize that without doing anything with anyone. And secondly, I guess this is just really subjective to your situation and your relationship with your boyfriend, obviously. In my experience, I had an open conversation with him. We'd been together for like 4 years and neither of us had been with anyone else. So it worked out for us to have a mutual break and go and experiment and see what those thoughts and feelings meant. But yeah, it's completely up to you. I think there could be something there potentially, or these dreams and thoughts could just be a coincidence and could happen. Plenty of people, I'm sure, experience dreams like that are completely straight. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's up to you on whether you want to explore those thoughts and feelings and see if they mean something. Just as long as you stay super honest and open with your partner, then yeah. This person said, "Okay, so I have been identifying as a lesbian for a very long time. Recently I started questioning whether I'm attracted to men or not though. I don't feel comfortable around men and couldn't imagine ever being happily married to a man as well as having sex with a man. I solely find them physically attractive, I guess. And I just don't know whether it's compulsory heterosexuality or if it's something related to trauma, the fact that I don't want to marry a man, or if I'm genuinely attracted to men or not. Another thing I've been questioning for a long time is my gender and whether I'm attracted to non-binary people. I mean, I always knew that I'm attracted to femme-aligned non-binary people, but I also might be attracted to masc-aligned non-binary people, as well as androgynous non-binary people, which confused me even more in my sexual identity. Anyway, after struggling with all of this, I came to the conclusion that I'm non-binary, queer, and hella proud. I should have never stressed about labels so much in the first place. I just always felt the need to fit into one specific sexuality / gender, but at the end of the day, gender and sexuality are so complicated, and while it's nice to have a label, it is not necessary and it shouldn't be. We are who we are, we love who we love. I hope everyone who's struggling with similar things knows that it's okay and to always be yourself / stay true to yourself, unless you're not in a safe environment and have to hide your gender / sexuality. P.S. Thank you so much for your videos. I've been watching you for a really long time and all your content is great. Elly, and keep being awesome." Elly, so much. Thank you for those kind words. And yeah, you absolutely nailed that. Everything you said was 100% true. You were obviously going through some struggles with not only your gender identity, but also your sexuality. And I love how you did eventually come to terms with the fact that labels aren't important. I know personally, and like I'm sure a lot of you do, place a lot of stress on having to label yourself or having to find a label, even if you don't come out as it, just wanting to have a label for yourself, can be stressful. and very anxiety provoking, I feel. But I'm so glad that you've come to terms with everything, and yeah, you're in a good place. All right, here's another one. So I have a really big crush on my teacher, who is a woman who made me question if I was bi. Still not fully sure if I am or if it's going to be a phase personally for me in the future, to be honest. It's not like those little crushes, it's like I'm obsessed with her, and if she wasn't double my age, lol, I'd want to be with her and everything. It's been a year since I've developed feelings and it kinda sucks. Whoa, that is a confession and a half, the good old crush on the teacher. Don't really know what advice to give in this situation because there's not much you can do, but I guess it's opening your eyes to your sexuality. Hey Dutchy, so my confession is that I'm out of the closet, or I should be, but in reality I'm still in it. I'm a 20-year-old woman and I came out to a handful of people in the past few years as bisexual. I'm a lot more attracted to girls, but there's a slight chance I end up with a guy, so I always go with bi. For my first coming out wasn't my choice. I was 16, I had a crush on an older woman, I told her and she outed me to my mum. It was a really uncomfortable situation. My mum said I will grow out of it and find a boy eventually. Then when I was 18, I came out again to her, on my terms this time, but it was still very upsetting for me because I just generally don't like talking about my feelings. I got the same reaction again, and every time, and I mean literally every time I go to a party, the next day she asks if I met a cute boy there. The truth is that I add my own to the problem too. Sometimes I kiss men when I'm drunk because it's just easier. Sometimes I tell my mum about it so she has every right to assume I grew out of being bi. I can't bring myself to mention if it's a girl. I guess I just want her to be happy, but it's making me kind of miserable at the same time. I also came out to my close friends. They were really supportive about it, but I still can't bring myself to talk about it again. Of course, if they ask me specifically if I like a girl or whatever, I'd answer, but I don't want to tell anything without being asked because I feel like they don't really want to hear it. And I know it's stupid, I know they care about me and want to hear about my feelings, love life, struggles, etc. I can't help but feel awkward talking about it because they're straight and I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I kind of keep up the same facade with them because when I hook up with boys when I'm drunk, they're usually there, so it's logical to assume that I'm attracted to guys more. They saw me with girls a couple of times though, but you can't imagine my anxiety on the morning after or even a week after. On the bright side, I have 2 bi friends. We're not that close anymore, unfortunately, but when we meet up, I feel comfortable to open up to them. Also, I have an internet friend who is a gay. We've been talking for 5 years and I see her as one of my best friends now. As I wrote this, I realized I have a really long way to go to accept myself entirely. So yeah, I'm out but not really out. Thank you so much for your confession. I feel like a lot of people will resonate with that, especially the mum thinking that it's a phase sort of thing. My mum went through that stage too until I almost had to convince her, which is not what you want to do. After a while, she sort of realized, okay, you know, this is part of who you are. It's not something you can change and it's not something you grow out of. And I think there are a lot of stereotypes around girls having a bi phase, which doesn't help. And the fact that a lot of straight women do kiss other women and things like that. But you've acknowledged like you're out and you're kind of not, and like you've acknowledged obviously that you have a little way to go, but you've already come so far. And I'm hoping your mum can sort of turn around and accept you for who you are eventually. But yeah, thanks for sharing. Hey Dutchy, I was telling my co-worker, straight Christian but not homophobic, that I think our boss is homophobic based on the way she talked about a lesbian scene in a Netflix series we both watch. My co-worker said, good thing none of us are gay then, but unfortunately being not quite ready to come out just yet, I kept looking at what I was doing and said, sorta, barely above a whisper. One day I'll come out at work, hopefully not when they catch me flirting with the cute nurse as she drops off samples though, but let's face it, I don't know how to flirt anyway. Love your work. Oh, that's so sweet. And yeah, like it's really hard in those situations. All you want to do is say, no, I'm gay, like I'm the token gay at this workplace or whatever, but obviously not at a level to do that yet. But I love the flirting comment. Hey Megan, so my confession is that I'm a bisexual and I'm currently in a long-term relationship with a man. Recently I've felt the urge to experiment more with other women but feel incredibly guilty for it as I love my boyfriend so much. I don't think he'd agree to a polyamorous relationship, but I kind of feel like I'm missing out and feel so bad about it. I would love if you could feature my confession on your YouTube video as I'm really struggling with it. Thank you for helping me to feel comfortable with my sexuality with your videos. Okay, so again, very similar to the first confession, very similar to to what happened in my own experience. I obviously, completely subjective. I don't know you, I don't know your boyfriend, and I don't know what your relationship is like. But a polyamorous relationship is not the only solution. If you're not poly, you're not poly, pretty much. So I think the best thing to do would be sit down, have a chat to him in the nicest way possible. Say, look, I'm having these feelings. I'm kind of wanting to experiment with women. Obviously can't guarantee, like, you do love him, and like I loved my ex, but you know, like, if you're feeling this and you're still young and everything, and you just want to sort of experiment and see whether that is a part of you or whether it's just like something that's been playing on your mind, I think the best thing you can do in this situation is talk to your partner, see how he feels, whether he's like, okay, let's take a break for a while, and you do you and he do him. Then obviously if he wants to get with other girls and things in that time, then that's obviously something that you both have to agree on. The only way to go about that is to talk to your partner. Hey Megan, the thing is, I struggle with a lot now, especially that topic of self-love, because I can't get myself to love myself, and that's also because I'm struggling with my sexuality. I mean, I know that I'm bi, but I'm afraid that when I'll come out to my family and friends that they won't accept me. And then there's also my anxiety, especially in these times where so many bad things are happening in the world, and for me personally, it's hard to deal with anxiety. Really glad to be able to send you my confession. You're amazing. Becoming aware of yourself and self-love and everything go hand in hand with, I guess, everything, and being comfortable in your sexuality and who you are as a person. So I can understand why you'd be struggling with it. What you can really do is do the best you can. Try and find other things about yourself that you are sure of, that you do like about yourself, and focus on those for a while, because focusing on what you're confused on or about isn't going to help. It's only going to make you more maybe anxious and confused about it. So I guess, yeah, just focus on the positives. And I know with everything going on in the world, yeah, I think we're all a little bit anxious. I hadn't experienced anxiety really until this year with everything going on in the world. So I think it's just a matter of balancing everything out and just trying your best to remain positive. All right, here's another one. I wear thumb rings, I wear cuffed jeans, I wear beanies and caps, but still no one gets it. My parents don't realize, and they keep asking if there are any boys at school I like, and I don't feel ready to come out, so I keep telling them there's no one, and they don't believe me. My parents aren't homophobic and are very supportive of the LGBTQ+ community, but I think they want the idealistic family. So yeah, PS, I love you so much. Yes, the stereotypical idealistic family. I've been there, I get that. I'm glad to hear that your parents aren't homophobic. That's a great start, but obviously it is still hard to come out regardless. Can I just say I loved the beginning of I wear thumb rings, I roll my jeans, I cuff my jeans. Amazing. I guess when you're ready, like, they're obviously asking it if there's any boys at school. Maybe one day you can be like, no, but there's a girl, and sort of see how they go. But yeah, that's completely up to you, and it's sort of in your own time. So my only advice is just don't come out until you're ready. Hi Dutchy, my confession is that as someone who is still questioning if I'm bi or not, I've been struggling a lot with the religious aspect of things. Don't get me wrong, I've grown up in a very open and accepting household, and I love and strongly support all my LGBTQ+ friends. But when it comes to questioning my own sexuality, I guess I'm afraid to be wrong. It just scares me to think that I could be doing something wrong by being attracted to women. And it makes me feel as if I'm not being supportive enough to my friends, as if I'm questioning the morality of their identity, and I guess when I'm questioning mine. Anyway, no, that got it pretty deep pretty quickly, but that's my confession. Thank you so much for your videos. They've been extremely helpful and comforting while I'm discovering my identity. Thank you so much for that confession. I'm not really religious, and I don't really know much of all that to make a comment on. But I guess at the end of the day, you can't change who you're attracted to. It's who you are. So yeah, if you do find yourself attracted to women, try your best not to think that it's wrong, because it's not, and it's just who you're attracted to. You can't change that. And yeah, I hinted I was bi to my friends at the time to test the waters and see if they'd be okay with it. By the end of the day, everyone in the class was asking me if I was bi in a really negative way. It got so bad I couldn't even be in a class with those 5 girls anymore, and I had to do my work in a support room and was leaving class regularly because of anxiety attacks because of these girls. That's been about half a year now, and I've got a new friend group who are real friends, and I've actually come out properly and they're okay with it. Love your videos. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that confession. What the heck? I'm glad you've moved on and found new friends that treat you the way friends should. You seem super strong, and I'm glad that you're in a better place now. Hey Dutchy! On Monday, my now ex-girlfriend broke up with me by blocking me with no explanation. I have so much I need to say to her but can't because she didn't even give me a chance, and I guess this is my chance to say what I need to. We weren't together for long, but I have never felt that way about someone before. Getting over her would at least be somewhat easier if I knew why, if I knew what I did to make her not want to be with me, or if she just never really loved me. I hate that I still love her, and I hate that I can't hate her. She promised I could trust her and that she loved me and that I wasn't going to get hurt. She knew how hard it is for me to trust people and that I have a hard time accepting that someone will ever actually love me. She broke my heart and destroyed my trust, but she's still all I think about. I told her throughout a relationship that she could tell me anything and to talk to me if she ever wasn't happy. And I'm crying again while writing this. So, oh my god, that is honestly one of the worst things a person can do. Apart from obviously cheating on you, but when someone does that with no explanation, I don't care about fight with me, have an argument with me, break up with me, but tell me why, or at least say it's them, not you. And like, I know sometimes that's a cover-up. Blocking someone and just that being the end, I feel so sorry for you. You did not deserve that. You 100% deserve an explanation. I know how you feel. I've had this happen to me, and it's one of those things where you are seeking closure but you don't get it because they've decided, nope, I'm not going to give you anything. This is it. That's the end for me. And that is some people's way of coping, and I understand that. Is it healthy? Does it help the other person? No. But unfortunately, that's just how some people are. I hope you do get the closure you're searching for soon. But you obviously don't want to come across as like needy or, yeah, I guess time will tell. Hopefully you'll get the explanation one day, but for now, focus on yourself, sis. Busy yourself in other things. I know it's hard, but you deserve so much better, and you will find so much better eventually. Me and my ex still love each other, and I just feel stupid. I don't know why I broke up with her, but I regret it so much. I guess that's just what you get when you're young and dumb, hey? I know this is stupid, but yeah, that's my confession for today, and she's probably gonna see this, and I know it's her, haha. So if she sees it, hi, I guess. Cheeky. I mean, it happens. We make mistakes. You'll probably get back together. You might not. It's happened to me before, and it's just all part of the learning process, I guess. I hope this is the right email, lol. Well, you found me. I guess I will just get into it. I'm a lesbian. Only a handful of people know my secret is I'm a little afraid to tell my grandparents. They are very conservative and I'm pretty close with them. I just want them to love and accept me for who I am. I probably won't tell them until I get a girlfriend, but I hope it goes well. Love you, Dutchy. Love you too. Yeah, grandparents is a big one. I get a lot of confessions and questions asking about how to tell grandparents, how to approach them, what to do if they don't accept you. But again, all subjective, and yeah, good luck with it. Hey Dutchy, so basically I have this crush and I decided to message him the other night, and he messaged me back, and then I messaged him again and he left me on red for 2 days. So I told my friend and she said, yeah, he was telling me something about you today. When she said that, I said, can you tell me what? And they said she wouldn't. And she said she wouldn't. I'm now having doubts about how I look. I know I don't look like everyone else and I'm a bit big, but it's getting ridiculous. I've been rejected so many times and they all tell me it's because I don't look all that good. Lovely, let me tell you something. You do not deserve people that are that shallow. You are so beautiful and deserve all the love in the world. You deserve the right person who will treat you right. Treat you the way you should be treated and the way you deserve to be treated. There is no room in this house for that sort of negativity. I'm sorry, and I know that's really hard to accept and hard to acknowledge going through high school, because it is honestly the hardest time. I just wish I could give you a hug. I'm so sorry. You deserve better. And you will find better. Hey Dutchy, I love your vids and I hope this confession will make it to the next series. Anyways, I'm 16, gay, and I live in an Orthodox religious household. I've always known that I would wait until I was financially stable to come out to my family for safety reasons. Recently, I found out that my 9-year-old sister is bi, which wasn't shocking. She doesn't know I'm gay, and I just know that she probably feels so alone, but I can't risk giving a secret like that to a young child. I also know that she's going to live through what I have, and it hurts so much to watch her grow up hearing so many negative things about the LGBTQ+ community from our parents. She has told many people. I'm scared that my parents may find out and do something bad to her, but I don't want to force her into the closet. Do you have any advice on how I could support her and help her feel less lonely? That's a hard one with parents being so religious. I guess all you can do is you can come from a place of care without showing your own if you're scared that it might slip out, because she is only 9. I don't know, I guess the next time she brings up something about being bi, or maybe like someone she's interested in, maybe just be like, I just want you to know as your sister, like, I'm here for you if you ever want to talk. Like, I know it can be a bit of a lonely time, all those sorts of things, I guess, because you both would know how your parents are. And if you mentioned that they're saying negative things about the LGBTQ plus community, you can always bring that up and be like, look, they may not support you, but I do. Those sorts of things. I guess that's the most you can do without actually getting into it and revealing your sexuality to her. Hey Dutchy, I was wondering if you could respond to this for me. Every other night I cry because I feel like a lesbian, yet I had a crush on a guy 3 years ago, but I don't know if it was real or if I forced it. I can't remember. Also, I'm not attracted to guys right now, so does that make me a bro if I once had a crush on a guy? Not bi. I tried using that term, and whenever anyone used it, I teared up because I knew it didn't fit. I feel comfortable using lesbian, but I don't know if that's valid because I once had a crush on a guy, and if it is, I'm scared to come out to my mum because she has a lot of homophobia and says only okay, and she's only okay with bi-curious and everything else is a trend, but she denies her homophobia. When I try to confront her, she gets mad. I'm not allowed to date women, so I would sneak my hopefully soon-to-be girlfriend into the house and keep it private, or actually not date women. And if I was to not date women at all, what's the point of coming out? I'm so confused. Please help me out a little. Okay, again with the parents. First of all, you can be a lesbian and have had a crush on a guy. Believe it or not, lesbians can still find men attractive, be attracted to men, but not necessarily want to date or have sex with them. So don't let that cloud your judgment. You can still be a valid lesbian and not bisexual. Obviously that term doesn't suit you or fit well with you, as you said. So yeah, get that part out of your mind. Just because you had a crush on a guy does not mean that you can't be a valid lesbian. And I guess in terms of having a friend, like, there's no point in coming out. Coming out is a celebration of who you are and who you're attracted to in your sexuality. It doesn't mean like you'll be able to date women in the future, whether it's open and out in the next couple of years, maybe not while you're still living with your parents, but eventually you will, and you'll be able to love who you want to freely. So those were the longer confessions that I got in my emails, and these are just a few of the shorter ones from my Instagram ask box. Definitely into women, but I don't know if I'm into men. I know I don't want to be. Cis, that is the struggle of all bisexuals. I read lesbian fan fiction, but I'm really stressed my mum will find out. We've all been there. I hate worrying if I'm not actually bi, worrying I'm just straight or gay and in denial, which makes no sense. It makes all the sense in the world. I secretly have the biggest crush on my straight best friend. I think I got that confession about 10 times. Guys, you guys! I always feel as though my girlfriend and I can't have a full relationship when hiding. That can be a tough one. I guess you just have to try and do the best you can, and it can really suck, like, pretending to be friends. But if that's all you can do, if both of you aren't ready or one of you aren't ready to come out, I guess that's the best you can do. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a super wholesome one. Thank you if you did send in one of your confessions for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and got something from it. I tried to provide the best advice I could. And again, I received so many, so I will be doing a part 2. So definitely follow me on Instagram if you haven't already, so that you can participate in the next one if you would like to. And yeah, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!